TIFU by refusing to give tea to a Chinese senator. I got a job at a fine dining sushi restaurant is what I hoped would be a casual summer job. Today in particular we closed at 10 p.m. However, this one particular table was still sitting around at 10:45 p.m. with no intentions to leave soon, and I just wanted to go home. Well, this table asked for a tea refill and I said that we washed the teapot and I can give hot water instead. Well, the guy sitting there got really pissed off at that and started telling me off in English, Japanese, and Chinese to really make sure I understood that I am wrong. The whole table was moderately drunk and I was pretty tired from working 10 hours, so I just said I understand and walked away. I even made tea after and gave it to him anyways, even though the teapot was already washed. I guess he never gets told no though, because he made the owner of the restaurant come to the table and bow and apologize. The restaurant owner told the senator guy that this is his greatest shame in 20 years opening this restaurant, and even bowed on his knees. I honestly wasn't about to bow and sincerely apologize over this because he was being so rude to me. So I made a half-assed apology and said, I'm sorry you feel this way. This guy then proceeds to throw around our server trays and keep telling me off. He already paid the bill, so he just left after. I didn't know that he was some millionaire Chinese senator come to the restaurant a couple times a year. The other servers told me later all this, and that he's always very drunk and rude, but because he is so powerful and rich they just deal with it. TLDR. I didn't give a powerful politician customer tea the first time he asked and he threw a temper tantrum. Emo, the owner, should have given staff a heads up about this guy and asked for volunteers to stay and cater to VI passhole for extra pay. Yeah, you know what? Fuck him. Imagine having all that money and still not being able to afford manners or common courtesy. Op lives in Canada. If this is true, and it was an active male senator of Asian descent, it rounds down the selection to two people, Victor O and Yuan Pao Wu. I doubt the validity of this story anyways. But if it's true, it's one of them. I would never treat any customer special just because of their money. Especially if they don't pay me more. I'd gaff about the owner. If I have to take that kind of abuse, then I would probably tell off the owner as well. There are no senators in China. What made you think he was a senator? And I don't think many Chinese, let alone government officials, would speak Japanese. Drunk powerful Asian customer abusing waiter. Owner comes and apologizes on his knees? That sounded so cliché as is almost racist. D. I would also expect then now you will have to hand fight the senator bodyguards and that. His sidekick. D. And on the serious note, that was sushi owner TIFU very low quality management. If he had any control on the serving floor, he would select other server to serve drunk important guy. Even serve him himself. And not by somebody who is looking for casual summer job. Everyone should be treated the same. I don't think you did anything wrong. You should have recorded him throwing a tantrum and posted it on social media. You could have made a ton of money. But China doesn't have senators. Sorry, something here doesn't add up. As far as I can tell, there are currently no active Asian American male senators. There doesn't appear to be any Asian French senators. I worked in hospitality for roughly 15 years. Waiting staff will always tell each other about a customer who is a problem. Especially one described like this pretty much as soon as they come in. If nothing else, it's human nature to gossip, so there's no way the other servers told you after the fact. Everything in this story sounds cliché and racially stereotypical. Kneeling to apologize? Really? Nobody does that nowadays. Op needs better writing skills. I see a lot of brave anonymous keyboard warriors here. Imagine being a rich and powerful person but throwing a tantrum like a 4-year-old. You'll meet people like this in life. Just move on and don't waste another second thinking about it. In most Chinese restaurants I've been to, you order a teapot filled with the herbs, e.g. chrysanthemum, and then flip the lid to indicate to the server that you want a free hot water refill. Sometimes having several refills of the same pot. I feel like in this case a server cleared away the teapot instead of refilling it. Doesn't excuse the reaction but might somewhat explain it. You mean like a US senator of Chinese descent? I'm pretty sure there aren't any. Or another country you could substitute US for? I guess Canada. Peru has a large Asian community. But I believe it's Japanese, not Chinese. Or do you mean like a high-ranking official in the Chinese government? But why would you translate that as senator? That seems to obscure more than it clarifies. And also, why would he be in an English-speaking country? Isn't China in semi-lockdown right now? Do you mean a Taiwanese senator? I guess that's plausible. I'm just having trouble understanding what the post is about. Edit. Forgot about Australia. He could conceivably be an Australian senator of Chinese descent. I used to work in several bars and restaurants. Always got full trust from my bosses. One time we had an insane night shift and some costumers had some after-diner drinks at the bar every night. As long as they were drinking at a decent pace, I kept serving while we cleaned everything. Me and my coworker were finishing up and asked if they wanted a last round. They ordered some drinks and we finished our work. We took a drink and joined our boss who was at the bar. One of the costumers saw we were finished and asked for another round. I just said that the bar was closing, as I said before, but he insisted on serving some more drinks. I refused again, so he ordered 5 of our expensive bottles of champagne. I refused and he exploded. Do you know how much money you're losing? And turned to our boss. My boss looked at me and turned to the customer. Sorry, man. We're closed now. Let's take it to the bar next door. This guy was baffled. He couldn't grasp the idea that our boss would let so much money slip, but our boss knew that we were doing 70+ hours a week and just a few bottles of champagne just weren't worth it. Where is this that a Chinese senator can do this? This definitely in China, since there is no such a thing as a senator. Is this in Japan? I don't think there are senators in Japan, much less a Chinese one. Is this in the US? I don't know any Chinese millionaires in the US Senate. What's the TIFU here? People need to learn goddamn boundaries and some decency. Name and shame him. I'm assuming this happened somewhere outside the United States since there are no male Asian senators right now.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Haircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.